I'm going to call the meeting to order at 7:05.
About 37 cents.
Open Public Meeting Act. And I think we have a quorum, right? We're good?
Well, how many did you call?
Five?
Yep.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Alrighty, I guess we have to do the roll call and then flag salute?
Yes.
Okay, roll call. Dexter Dela Cruz,
Present.
Pat Butler,
Here.
Charlene Story,
Here.
Susan Hallenton,
Here.
Joe Dioria,
Here.
Sanjada is not here, Pedro and the school rep not here, Alex is not here, and I'm so sorry, what was your name?
Dashmi Shade.
Can you spell it for me?
I have that here.
Do you have it?
Yeah, I have the mayor's thing, so.
I'm-
I made copies for everybody. That's okay, my first time.
Okay, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Okay, then we can start with the flag salute. Go ahead, Dexter.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I apologize, I did not send the meeting minutes, but I just found the email that I thought I lost. So I was not here, so I cannot vote on the approval of the minutes. So, what do you guys have anything?
I guess I'll just pass it around.
Yeah, I guess you guys want to review it real quick. And since Rashmi was not here,
She doesn't.
she can abstain, so.
Right. So really, it's just, you read it.
It's just me,
Dexter.
Dexter,
And that's
Joe. I do.
Just give it to Dexter for a minute.
Sure.
And he'll give it back.
I have it. I have it. Dexter, you can keep it, really. I have three papers.
One thing is I just noticed in the roll call, I don't know if it would be redundant, but in the roll call, my name is not listed, even though it's mentioned, we call it to order.
My fault.
Oh.
I wrote those
Pat can
minutes.
rewrite it.
I'll rewrite
So I was
it.
looking at
I
you,
was
Liz.
sick.
What is my family?
Joe was in on it, Debbie.
Joe? Joe, question mark, where are you? Sorry, Joe.
You all right, Michelle?
I'm good. I don't know when you're gonna do the
Well,
swear.
okay, before we do anything, I have to tell you guys, I got reappointed in December, and I wanted to thank you guys for reappointing me and for all the time that I've had to serve you. However, due to a recent situation, of when I found out that our certain board member was not being elected and had not even been notified, I was a little disappointed.
I
So,
know nothing about it.
yeah, I didn't either. And then, so after that, in careful consideration to a lot of things going on at home, I decided that I'm going to resign. And I wanted to be here to say bye. So, whatever.
I'm so sorry to hear
What if you don't take a letter? You can't leave.
Sorry. Well, I could take notes for you guys, but I don't want to be reelected, so I don't know if I should stay here or let Pat take over the minutes for you guys.
Did you have, okay, so if you still have a quorum. If you resign now, we have 5 people, so we still have a quorum.
So you're
Still
good,
have a
right?
quorum
Right.
tonight.
Well, she has to be,
Sworn in first.
She's going to be sworn in, so then once that's all taken care of, I'm going to let you guys take
Would
over.
there be any reconsideration that
I
we
don't
could
know.
offer to you?
I'd have to think about it. There's a lot of changes going on. Mariposa starts kindergarten in the fall,
Okay.
and she's going to be joining stuff. Plus, we're doing a lot of other things. My job's going to get a little increasingly crazy. I'm actually doing work on my day off today. I shouldn't be doing. But anyway, I really wanted to welcome you people on board and say I miss you guys. But maybe I'll actually get to the library more. Because I actually didn't come that much. So,
yeah, as far as the other thing, I didn't know.
yeah, I was just very chagrined about the fact that the person who
I just thought maybe
called.
because she had the second baby, she
No.
decided against it.
She wasn't, me and her were talking about it, we were very excited about it, and then, considering her experience and, her information that she helped out at the library a lot, I was really surprised that it wasn't handled professionally. Nobody even called her to help her, so, nobody was called.
But I think Carl said that, Mayor Hokinson did say that he was going to call her.
Yeah, but it should have been done, like, when
Yeah.
I've gotten calls, because you can notify the library opponent, if you're gonna tell somebody, hey, we don't want it anymore.
I think he just doesn't know maybe what to do. He's
So,
new at it.
I just was a little upset about it, So besides that, there's other personal responsibilities going on, and I just wanted to.
You've done a great job here,
I
Liz.
agree.
You're really gonna
I'm
miss
gonna,
you.
I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah,
She
you're
was
so
on committee
easy.
with me, and
I
we
know.
had a
Not
great
so much for
time.
you. I like going over
Well, he likes to keep people annoying. But no, I mean, if you guys have, if you have any openings for volunteer hours on Saturdays, let me know, because I can come and be
You have enough on your plate.
so I can
I
bring
don't know how you
things.
do what you do.
I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah.
Really.
We're really
It's
gonna miss you.
A really fast 4 years. That went really quick.
4 years.
Yeah.
Really quick, right?
But I was looking forward to it, but there was an accumulation of a lot of things.
Right.
So it wasn't just
Sure,
that,
yeah.
a lot of responsibility, so, And he's gonna tease me because I always get flustered when I have to do stuff like that.
No, no, and we are
It's
gonna,
very difficult to do.
and we are gonna really miss you. I enjoyed working with
But
the
we,
committee.
you
and
guys
getting to
still
know
have
you.
your email. I can
I
get
have fun.
thank you.
And you know what,
Just knock away.
we're right around the corner, so I am gonna see you for sure.
Yeah,
Miss you.
let me know though.
Ready.
If he doesn't need any help, sorry. So, I wanted to do it in person. I didn't want to do it and just mail a letter in. I thought it'd be better to say goodbye to you guys.
Appreciate that.
Yes.
I hate doing that, but but I appreciate the fact that you guys, are here and, I'm good. So we have to just unlock them and then we're good?
Then we're good.
Sorry, Pat, making me take notes.
Well, we have to
So-
do the swearing in first.
Yeah, swearing in first.
Okay. Michelle's ready.
Ready?
I'll write that one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta do. Just repeat after me. I'll go slow.
Okay.
I, Rashmi Sheth,
I, Rashmi Sheth,
do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support
I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
and that I will bear true faith
I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the government
and to the government
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and in these states
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
as a member
as a member
of the Board of Trustees
of the Board of Trustees
of the Roselle Park Veterans Memorial Library,
of the
Roselle Park
Roselle Park
Veterans
Library.
Memorial Library, according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
Help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank
Welcome
you.
aboard.
If you could just sign these 2 copies and read it, and I'll do it right back. Oh, I'm sorry.
She's got it. I got it. I had it.
Thank you.
And I was just saying, what a wonderful board we have.
Sorry.
The mayor had his first controversy.
Well, and I didn't want to do it non-professionally because I've been a professional for a long time.
Liz,
So.
we appreciate that.
I
Thank
really
you
like
for
you
being
guys.
who you
I
are.
had
That's
fun.
why we like you, because you are who you are.
We could assign you to take notes today, even though you're not.
No,
official.
I won't let her do that.
You okay me?
Because I will.
However, we don't pay you.
Remember that? That's old school.
I got it from 7:05. Don't write it anymore. I'm done. You're
I
done.
have to sign that too.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Do you want to take minutes? I have no problem doing that.
Dexter,
Let me carry
Dexter!
I remember.
You just made her day.
Thank you. Yeah, that would be great.
Bye, Liz.
I'll try. And it is about the water, you know that.
Yeah, that is the word.
We have banking questions.
You better be kidding. She lives there. I'm telling you, you come in the house.
Thank you for all your
I
service.
know.
I'm sorry. I didn't
Sorry, it's all you,
but I
Max.
hear that you-
Great. But I'm gonna, I can't even see her because I think
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I didn't even
it's
know.
not.
That's okay. Just let them know.
No, oh.
Welcome morning. Yes, I did. Welcome morning.
I was here a long time
Long time
ago.
ago, yeah. It's been like.
My baby was like that. I was coming to the meeting and everything, and Barbara was here.
Barbara, yeah.
Now that's so busy.
Oh, good. You're back tomorrow.
Yeah, now I have to wash my hands and I said, okay, maybe I'll
Worked out.
decide.
And look at how beautiful she looks. She still has her tan. But look at you. You look great.
I'm gonna
Well,
give
there's
you
a
a
handbook.
copy.
Okay.
There's a handbook from the Board of Trustees. There's like a little responsibilities of that maybe Susan. That's helpful.
Anybody call a?
I guess I haven't done anything for you this year.
You've done too much. I have the social media policies right here for you. I gotta make copies. I'm
Oh,
with
it's
it.
over?
I'm with it.
You look so much healthier.
No, Dexter, really. We'll talk about that. Hi, Sanjay. How are you? Good evening. Sanjay, you have to sign there's a paper right over here. Sanjay, if you could just fill that out, make sure you fill out all the parts of it for us. Okay, so Jay is filling out the form.
Just a suggestion. Rashmi had asked a great question before about the duties of library board members. I don't know if you guys ever got, there was something from the New Jersey Board of Trustees.
It's online.
It is?
No, I got it.
Oh, Pat's got it.
This is bad. I like this. Okay, this is really great. And what I will do actually, if Susan would let, yeah, I always have her. Maybe Michelle could copy that for our new people. It'd be great. It gives you the roles and responsibilities of the job. Did you ever get it, Michelle?
Yeah, I found it online, so I figured I
Sure.
should understand it.
Sanjay, do you have the roles and responsibilities?
No, I don't.
All right, can we make 4 copies of that just to have them, and I'll keep them for new people coming? It goes way back to the grade.
You started your job on Thursday, that's what basically what you
Yeah,
do.
That's right.
your responsibilities
What it is,
for.
what your
That's right.
training,
Right.
and what your job responsibilities are, that's usually done next
Baptism under
Thursday.
fire. She said it's baptism under fire. No, the thing that's going on, they don't know responsibility for baptism under fire.
I love you.
Oh, yes, that was great.
Okay, so, Sanjay's doing
Well, you need a president pro tem.
The bags or something like that, give them as second-grade prizes for the raffle.
Sure.
Friends in the library.
We have, just for the record, we still have a quorum. So Jay's here, so we'll note that for the record. To get the meeting started, since this is the first meeting of the year, it's considered a reorganization meeting where we elect a president, vice president, secretary, treasurer. And in doing so, to get the first process started, which would be selection of a president, I'll serve as pro temp just to administer this part of the meeting. So I'll ask for nominations if anyone's interested in being the president of the Board of Trustees.
Don't everybody speak up at once.
I actually will volunteer to be the president of the Board of Trustees.
Okay. Do I hear any other nominations? Hearing no others, I'll ask for a vote of the members. And if you just call the roll.
Sure. Rashmi?
Yeah.
Dexter?
Yes.
Charlene?
I don't know that I'm voting.
You are.
Well, you are because the mayor's not
As
here,
long as the mayor's not
so,
here.
yes. Okay. Susan?
I'm not voting.
That's right, I'm sorry, Joe?
Yes.
Okay, so we have 4 yeses. So even though I'm taking it,
Now, are you voting for yourself? You can vote for yourself.
can I vote for
Yes,
myself?
you can.
Oh, I say yes.
My fault.
And so Jada, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, I don't have the names written. I didn't anticipate that happening. Have
All
to always
right,
be ready.
the votes are being submitted, and Madam President, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you,
It's on over
everyone.
to you. You are now.
I will try to do my best. Okay. So let's move things right along.
Yes,
Yeah,
please,
we
thanks.
have to go, now do we want to do that next? Okay, let's do the nominations for vice president. As we do these are vice president. Resolution.
She likes it.
Come on, boys.
Do I, oh, come on, guys.
Step up to the
Do I
plate.
hear a nomination for,
Well, just logistically, I mean, Elizabeth saying dual roles, is that kind of what we do, or is it
No.
ideally you'd like
No.
4 different?
4 different.
That was a,
actually, if you would like to hear what the, let me read what the vice president does. So I'll give you an idea if you want to do it or not.
1 sentence. That's very.
Do you like that idea?
Nothing as long as the president's here, so.
It is a heartbeat. In my absence, vice president, of course, will take over the meeting. Either vice president or a temporary chairperson that's appointed could do that, selected by the members present. And the vice president shall assume or perform the duties and functions of the president. But I will admit, I'm usually always here. I don't think I've ever missed a meeting. So that's a good sign. So would somebody like to run for vice president?
all for my name.
Yay.
If anyone's interested.
Okay,
As long as it's not charged.
do I hear another nomination for vice president?
That was work, that was work.
All right, so
That was work.
Joe.
I love
Another
this
nomination
work.
for vice president, anyone else? Okay, can I have a second on the nomination of Joe for vice president? I guess that would be appropriate.
A second.
Okay, so Jay's the second. Okay. All right, and then we'll call roll. So Rashmi,
Yes.
Dexter,
Yes.
Sanjada,
Yes.
okay, Charlene,
Yes.
Joe.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you, members,
I feel really good.
She didn't vote.
for your support. Yeah.
Now, do we have a secretary?
We need a treasurer and we need a secretary.
Okay, now the secretary, the corresponding secretary, the board secretary, is hired for a term as defined by the resolution of the Board of Trustees. It's annual board meeting, so our term is a year. The board secretary shall certify to the accuracy of all resolutions of the board, keep a true and accurate record of all board proceedings, call the roll and record votes, file meeting minutes to the board for approval, and shall also perform such duties as may be requested by the board. Notices of regular meetings shall be mailed by the board secretary of the library director to the Board of Trustees at least 5 days in
We don't do
advance
that
of all
anymore.
regular.
Now we
Okay.
send it.
This is from our bylaws.
Right, yeah.
All right, so that's basically the board secretary's job. So, mention, do I hear a nomination for board secretary?
I nominate Sanjada to be the board secretary.
I would like to be treasurer, actually.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was holding out for treasurer.
Okay.
Hold out. Do I hear a nomination for,
I have no problem performing that.
I was going to you next.
do I hear a second for Dexter?
Second.
Okay, Sanjay, thank you. Let's do roll call on that, then Rashmi.
Okay.
Dexter, you can vote for yourself. Jada?
Yes.
Charlene? Yes. Joe?
Yes.
Me? Yes. Congratulations.
Oh,
Thank
great.
you.
Okay, so
Thank
that's
you.
the officers.
I'll nominate Sanjada for the position of treasurer.
Who would like to second that?
Second.
Okay, Sanjay, that's okay with you, treasurer?
Yes.
Do you know what the treasurer does? I'll give you the bylaws later. You'll be fine.
Thank you.
Okay, can we do roll call? Rashmi?
Yes.
Dexter?
Yes.
Sanjay, you can vote for yourself.
Yes.
Charlene? Yes. Joe?
Yes.
Me? Yes. Okay, approved. Congratulations and welcome
Thank
to
you.
our group.
Everybody.
Thank you very much, everyone.
We all step
We'll have
up.
a great year.
So Jada, I have an Excel spreadsheet.
Okay.
If you, it depends on how interested you are in it. When I was it was, it'll serve as a template
Okay.
for you to follow the budget and if bills are paid.
Okay.
at it, it's a couple of years old, but just take the data out, just don't erase the formulas, and you should be fine.
But we also have the spreadsheet every month,
Oh,
you know, that we put out.
right.
Just give Verizon the.
Okay. All right, let's move right along.
I'll help you.
Did everybody have, I'm sorry, did everybody have an opportunity to read the minutes of our last meeting?
I just did that.
Did everybody have a chance to read that real quick, the minutes of our last meeting in December? Do you have a copy?
I don't.
I didn't think so.
Well,
Can you give a copy to Sanjay?
Freshman,
You can.
usually when you're not present, you abstain from voting on it, and it's not fair, you weren't there.
Oh,
So you're sort of safe for now.
It's an unusual kind of circumstance.
Hello.
There's just one
How's
change,
all the
the
financial
voting
stuff?
was,
I don't
the
see
voting results of Verizon, I actually said no.
Okay.
So I just want to capture that.
Okay, then would you correct that on your
I-
copy
I
and
did,
then
yeah.
hand it back to me so
Yeah.
I can let you do it? Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Where was that? So long ago. What page are we looking at, Dexter?
Yeah, that is page number 3,
Great. Okay.
middle of the.
Why don't I see them?
Oh, I see. Just read the sentence
It's
to me.
Wednesday
Yeah,
night, right?
So the sentence.
Next thing is Wednesday night?
is, a vote, amendment was introduced by
The
President
calligraphy
Secretary
thing, isn't that Wednesday night?
Me, a vote was called, there's a vote to yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's my third page of it.
Could you just, yeah, right on, here's a pen, right,
It's
yeah.
on there.
All right, thank you so much. Oh, great. I will change that.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It was a,
I was listening to the tape and it was fizzling, so
No, that
that's
was a
how
long
we fizzle
meeting.
talk. Good thing I'm not secretary. This is why I'm not secretary. Okay. So can I hear a motion to approve the minutes, please, of December 17th?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as amended.
second.
Okay. I need a copy of that. I'm gonna redo it. What I would do is retype it and,
Yep.
okay. Because I have spelling changes too. Okay, I'm sorry. So,
So motion by Commissioner.
okay, so, approved?
You can either do it all in favor, say aye.
That's what I was gonna do. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, no?
Sorry.
All along. I wasn't anticipating this.
No noes, any abstentions?
Thank you.
And you can abstain.
You can abstain because you weren't here for the minutes, so, okay, so. It's hard to take the minutes when you're
Yeah,
doing
it
it
is.
too. So I'm getting a
So I
little.
guess you give the next now.
Yeah,
So
I've done-
Dexter, can you continue?
Yeah, no, I've done the whole.
Yay, okay, I'll give you the first part. You know what, we'll all work together and this will work through. Thank you,
No, I've
I
done.
appreciate that. And that's the tough part. Okay, so now we have the financial report and the action on the bills.
Everything distributed?
Yeah, it's been distributed, right? Everybody done?
So if everybody has them, take a look at them, please. I don't have,
Oh,
I don't
I
have,
was passing them around. Here we
oh,
go.
good, okay, there we go. I don't have a short one. Any questions?
Just one, I know it's probably, not probably, I know it's early. The auditor usually comes and takes this $100,000 well, gives Ken a fund balance, a surplus balance. Maybe you could ask him when that'll be done, so we have an idea of that.
Usually it's done to like,
It's a while still, right?
long
March,
time.
April? Doesn't
March,
matter.
April.
Sometimes they can figure it out, depending on when they start doing the work, if they, maybe it's something that you can mention to Ken, if there's any idea of Mike getting here earlier,
Okay.
just to see. Because because what we'll do is we'll see if there are any bills applied to this year, and any adjustments of this curious things.
I heard it closed.
Any other questions on the financial report? Yes, Roselle?
Buyback, what is the like, the down and multi-year, what is it?
Susan, Shmi had a question.
Yes. Item 104.
104, line item.
Oh, that's the buyback. That's, if we don't use our sick time, we get to buy back 1 or 2 days, and we get to buy back our personal days if we don't use them. So that's what the buyback is.
It's a borough-wide
Yes.
policy. The theory behind it is to avoid people accumulating a bunch of time and then when they retire, they have a lot of payout. So it's better to pay at today's rate than for future years' rate.
So applies to a year, right?
Right, so
Yes.
what happens is,
Yes, it applies to a year.
you have one chance a year, usually it's at the beginning of the year, is it? And
In January, we
January.
do it from the year
Before.
before. Because you don't know if you're going to use it
Yes,
all up.
right.
Yeah, it's law of employers do that.
It's done throughout the
Right.
municipality.
No, you can too.
But even in companies, I
I
think.
just make you lose it.
Okay. Use it or lose it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just for the record, we've seen emails going back and forth, the Verizon issue's over, right?
Yes.
While we're talking about that, I know it's probably inappropriate, but since you mentioned the email, do you want, and I thought it was excellent that you responded with the way you did about the email. Do you want to just maybe talk about that a little bit and why you said that? Because
Sure.
new people especially like
Just
to
to
know.
to bring rush, I'm going to give you the 2-minute quick version, because I
Right.
could be here for 30 minutes.
Sure.
And Susan could maybe go into detail, or Pat or someone else. Essentially, there was an outstanding Verizon bill that when the borough changed over to its new service support band, or whatever the service is now, there was a negotiation between Verizon, and I think, Michelle, you had started those discussions, where we were going to get an adjustment to our bill as a result of the change and some rate discounts.
Correct.
They never followed through and gave us those discounts, so we were getting billed at the higher rate. So it was fought, went back and forth for a good couple of years now.
March of
We got the borough
2013.
attorney involved, and at the end of the day, they threatened to shut our service, which they did, and then they turned it back on, and then they
Right,
turned it
that's
back
again.
off. So it was, the board had a very lengthy discussion at the last meeting, but essentially, if we were going to get to another shut-off situation, the consensus was pay it, get it over with, move on. So that's what happened. What happened during the emails that were sent out, there was an email sent out to the board members letting all of us know that there's another shut-off notice. What would you like us to do? And I advised the board members, since we are a public board under the auspices of the municipality and the state statutes, we're not allowed to conduct business without proper notice to the public. Business can also mean emailing everyone and asking for dialogue and a request to make a decision. So we can't even do that via email. We can do it in small committees where there's not a quorum, but we can't do it as a result of everyone getting involved. So I asked the members in my response to refrain from discussion via email, but as an alternative, discuss it within a committee and just let Susan make the decision based on those discussions.
Well, and also at the last meeting, we had already decided
Yeah, which is
that
fine.
if they were going to give us the shut-off, we had the check already made out, and we were going to send it.
Right.
So there was really no decision to make. Once they sent me the letter saying, we're shutting you off on the 16th, we already established that we're going to send it. So we sent it. And that was it. And now we're okay.
And also, if discussion needs to occur, the president could call for a meeting in an emergency. So we could have a short meeting, and then that would handle all of that.
So essentially, if you see an email go out to all members, it could be for notification purposes, it could let people know they got some correspondence, but it shouldn't be posed in a form of a question or appear to be a question where there's dialogue going back and forth. Like You know, oh, we gotta pay, you know, we got the shut-off notice, and doctor says, yeah, you should pay the bills. The judge says, no, don't pay the bill. Now you're conducting a meeting, you can't do that because it's voting on the notice. So just a heads up.
Thanks, Joe. What's that, student law charging, no, or not?
Well, we paid the bill, and
Well,
now,
it's in my report, okay.
okay.
Yeah, if you want to do an update later, when we get to
Yeah.
your report, then that's good.
Thanks,
Thanks, Joe.
thanks.
Okay, so can I hear a motion to approve the financial part of the bills?
So moved?
Wait, one
Oh,
second.
okay, I'm sorry, any questions?
Yes, can you just tell me what Joel Stein?
Yeah, that's the newspaper deliverer.
Oh, okay.
They give us, you know, the batch of papers, like the Star Ledger, and New York Times, and Wall Street Journal. He's a
The Star Ledger
distributor.
actually is separate.
The Star Ledger is
They're
actually
separate.
So
but all the
they're
other
they're a
papers-
distributor.
They're a distributor.
Oh.
Newspapers and some magazines. Okay, can I hear a motion to approve the financial part of
I make a motion to accept the report and payment of the bills.
the, do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody else that does not approve? Abstentions? Okay. Budget passes then. Thank you. Do we have a program or guest speaker tonight? Any correspondence, Susan?
No.
Okay, then it's time for the president's report. Now, did Jenny leave an annual report? Because I know that the president usually gives an annual report either at the last meeting, which I know she was here, or this meeting. So, pardon.
No
Okay.
report.
It's all on you, Pat.
Guess what?
You're president for 10 minutes, come
You
on.
know, guys, I'm gonna try hard, but I don't know. It was a great year. I enjoyed
For a
working with
great
all
10
of you.
minutes.
Yes, and thank you for electing me president, and I will try to do a good job here for you. I love the library. I love all the people that give their time in this town. Kudos to all of you for your volunteer time, because this is what makes our town great. End of report. But I will write one this year. Because of this.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right, so then let's go to the Children's Department report. Everybody should have a copy of that.
Okay, and
There's
this
copies
is
on the
from
table.
Elena, who just came back from Russia.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, she was gone for a month. You know, I'm not going to go over everything, but you can look and see how much attendance. In December, we had 385 people attend, children and adults, children's programs. We had some really interesting ones, like the paper fun, a 3D greeting card. We've had after-school daycare visits, flannel board story time, Crazy Ace Math Club, which is run by, it's like
What is that?
it's like a federal or program, and libraries could get grants to get into it, and we got a grant to get into it. And they send us these amazing things every week to do with children that are activities but are math oriented.
Oh, that sounds great.
And we have quite a lot of people who come to that, especially the homeschool children. Let's see.
What's the age?
All ages. Well, up until I'd say maybe 5th, 6th grade. No.
From kindergarten or?
From kindergarten, preschool,
Preschool, so
all the way
pre-K?
up. Yeah, because there's different ages and there's different things that they do and different activities as for the age. So, in fact, if you look in that green book, you'll see when we have it. You may want to stop by one time and see what the program's all about. That's our children's program, and so take them home with you. Children enjoyed the Crazy Eights Math Club this fall while playing. They learned about measurements, angles, time, gravity, cryptology, probability, etc. The Bedtime Math Foundation is now offering session 2, another 8 weeks of fun and creative math. And she applied to the program and received the grant to run session 2. In fact, yes, I don't know what she got because I didn't open the box, but these huge boxes came. So it must be something really fun for the kids. Special thanks to the Friends of the Library for providing additional supplies for the program. Middle School Holidays Around the World project, reference assistance and book selection we did. And we did a Books for Kids, it's a state program run by NJLA. and people donate new books, and they're given out to the children on the holidays, bless the children that don't have books. And we collected 100 books at our library. And, you know, Ellen does computer skill classes on a monthly basis. And so she did, she had 4 students in December. That's it.
I just want to say thank you to the Friends of the Library who provided so much money, and I don't know what we would do without all of you. Thank you for always supporting all of the programming that we have here. It just makes such a difference with everything that goes on.
You're welcome.
So, yeah, Kimberly is here tonight for the Friends of the Library in the audience. Please pass that around to the friends. That we
No,
get.
thank you.
Okay, let's go to the director's report.
Okay, since it's the end of the year, I have the total material circulation figures. In 2014, we circulated 33,930 items. And then I have the regular 2014 circulation and materials. Altogether, we have 502 new patrons in the month of 2014.
Can I ask if they're mostly students? I'm just curious because of
A lot
our
of
school
students.
libraries not, you know, being what they were.
A lot of students, because they had to do a biography, and so a lot of kids have come in and they didn't have library cards. But it's
That's
also
great.
adults. I'd say every day we get at least 3 or 4 people getting cards. And it's interesting, with DVD circulation, we've circulated 3,533 DVDs.
Yeah, good collection.
Okay, so some of our projects, programs, and ideas. On January 22nd, I'll be meeting with Peter Blanos from Millennium Strategies. He's the grant writer for the National Endowment for the Arts, and he's trying to get us a grant for the Big Read community program. Yeah, the grant will be submitted this month, and if we receive the funding, it'll be a wonderful partnership between the schools, the library, and the community.
Mr. Garrido was telling me.
There's also a lot of press and activity surrounding this program. James Salvo and Pedro Garrido are also involved in the grant process.
Would our library pick the book, or do they?
A committee.
pick the book? Okay.
So we don't know who's going to pick the book yet,
Okay.
or if we even get the grant.
Well, yes.
If we did get it, it would be a committee of both the schools and the library together.
Yeah. And the library, the school is going to pick up the tab.
Excellent.
So.
That's wonderful.
Check out our webpage. Ellen's done a wonderful job updating and making the process much more user-friendly. And we'll be making improvements throughout the year. We have
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
When you're going to your Roselle Park library website
Mhm.
and the other library website to have your account right there.
Yes.
Here you don't have that. I had problems getting in
Yeah. Well,
with my library card number.
but I don't think that's something we can do. I think a lot of times libraries have a different database. We're part of a consortium, and we have to go along with what
You could put it, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know anything about that. I'll ask Ellen. See if she can do
Because
that.
I really had problems doing that when I used the library website.
Okay, so
Just
that's,
reading
I'll
the
mention
books,
that to
suppose
her.
I want to get in, just reading the books or see what's there. It's very hard.
So you want your search, you want
Search
something to say library card or,
Yeah, I mean your account, like,
Account,
for
right.
example, it's like Union Library website.
they have a different
Very
database.
friendly,
Yeah.
like you step, okay, that's your account, you put in library card, it saves you
This may
number.
be something we can do, just parenthetically. Council is about to vote on a new supplier for it to completely redo the town
Redo
website. They could come in and help to make that more user-friendly, for instance.
I can help with
So that would, okay, great.
Oh,
So that
great.
would be-
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'd recommend not looking at it, I think those are good examples tactically, you know, if you're gonna make an investment of
Yeah.
what's the change, kind of get the right list of stuff, do the right priorities, and, you know, what one person thinks is difficult might be easy for someone. So I think there's gonna be a bunch of things probably that make sense to do in getting
Right.
a few points of view from
Sure,
different,
exactly.
There's just so much, we're kind of limited. Union has a totally different database than we do. They're part of a different group. So they're, what do you call that, the first page you see, you know, is going to be different than ours anyway. But I'll see if we can do the account thing. I think that would be easy.
I'm pretty sure we can put a tab in.
Okay. I will bring it up to her, and maybe you can help her with it. Good, perfect. We have a lot of children's programs beginning next week, so please take up the brochures. We have 2 programs in February that are from outside interests. Benjamin Ekman, attorney, will be presenting a workshop on elder law on February 17th at 6:30. And it's time to start thinking about college will be presented by guest speaker James Wilkes of Allied Wealth Partners on February 10th at 6:30. Please distribute and help promote these and other library programs by whatever means you have. Take flyers if you know, our community bulletin boards are available to you. That helps because we always need more people to attend our programs. Poems That Touch the Heart is presented at the Castano Community Center through February 13th. And this is a series of framed calligraphy by our wonderful friend of the library, Ed Roselle, who is also he's also a member of the Friends. Interesting. And the library will be celebrating Valentine's Day with our usual having a blind date with the book. From February 5th to the 19th, stop by the library for your blind date. Just select a wrapped book from the display to check out, take it home, unwrap it, read it, and enjoy. If you don't like the book, simply return, no hard feelings. Perhaps you'll discover a new author or genre to love.
Very
What if you want a second date?
So we'll be doing that. Marta will be wrapping all the books tomorrow. Building and maintenance, Verizon bill has been paid. I'm in the process of speaking to Affiliated, who do our phones, to take on the fax and the alarms. And we'll call Comcast to take on the wireless. And then hopefully soon will be Verizon free. So I spoke to Ken Bloom about using Marcello Soto. Remember we talked about that? Who's the computer technician with the borough, to perhaps service the library. Ken said that we could use him, but the borough wouldn't pay for it, the library would have to. And since the library computers are unique in that they're attached to a consortium, we'll use someone who's familiar with the system.
Did they say that everything would be okay to go that way? And would it mesh? Would it agree with each other? There was no problem getting those Comcast services?
Oh, no. I spoke
so it would all mesh
to
together without a problem?
Manny.
Yeah, Jimenez?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And he
that's
told
what
me
it is.
exactly what to do and everything
Okay.
would work out.
Great.
So,
That sounds really
but
good.
we've heard that before, so I'm hoping. I have my fingers
I
crossed.
know.
Triad came to schedule the alarm system, inspect the alarm system, since now that Verizon gave us back our system, and everything was fine. The ADA compliant doors are scheduled to be installed on January 27th and 28th. And we'll use the back door for the patrons and the staff. I asked Ken at the end if there was any money left over at the end of the year to give the library some money to purchase some new computers, which we desperately need. He said there was no money left over. I just know from previous towns that I've worked in libraries that they usually have money at the end and they give a little bit to each department, but I guess not.
Those are some nice
For
towns.
wish lists.
Those
Well,
are
some
some really
some of
nice
them were
towns.
rich towns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Wharton. I worked at Wharton. They paid out some money at the end of the year. For books, usually they'd say, here's $2,000 for books or something. Oh, and we have an old worn out table downstairs in the children's room, and we put 2 coats of chalkboard paint on it, and now the kids are having such fun writing and drawing
Oh,
all over
that's
the
a good
paint.
idea. That's
Yeah,
great.
it's really cool. Library board trustee interests and concerns. We welcome Shret to the library board of trustees. We also welcome councilperson Charlene Story as the mayor's rep. We did the officers. All right, now here we go again. I know this is going to be another battle for another year.
Oh, you're looking at me now.
The borough employees have received a 2% pay increase for 2015. The contract runs for 3 years as follows. 2013 was 2%, 2014, 1.75%, and 2015 was 2%. In 2013, the library board chose not to give the library employees the 2%. In 2014, they approved the 1.75% to the library employees, and I'm just requesting the library board approve the 2%, and we can make a resolution for that. And review the bylaws, and I made some copies for people that may not have, because we'll go over them at the next meeting, to see if there's any changes.
Just a suggestion. We had a spreadsheet completed with all of the staff and what the salaries would look like with a percentage increase.
Yeah, I have that. And what about it?
Can we see that?
It wasn't, well, it was with all the employees, but not with everybody's salaries, just the final result for the end of the year.
No, what I did, again, it's an old spreadsheet.
Yeah,
And
it's this
everyone's
one.
name, their current salary, and then with the suggested or requested salary increase and what that impact would be. Then what we did was we took a look at that, put it into the budget request and see how it actually affected the entire budget. Yeah, no, that's not okay. I mean, this is helpful, but it's
It's
not.
the same thing at the end of the day.
Well, it doesn't show each individual's.
Well, I could do that for next
Yeah.
time. I'll do the resolution, and then if we decide to pass it, everything's there.
If you could, so it's just ahead of time, so if there's any questions, you can have it done beforehand.
You want me to send it to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, am I speaking too loud?
Yeah, no, that's okay.
That's a good
No,
idea.
it's okay. So Jada,
Ken Bloom, how much would that fee be for him?
You mean for the technician?
Right. You said there's a fee, but how much?
$75 an hour.
for the IT guy.
And how often would we use him?
Well, the problem is that the board suggested we bring him in here to
Right.
look at the computers.
Right.
But the computers are old and dying, so, I mean, there's really nothing he can do.
Oh,
And the little things, the nuances that we need to have done with our computers can only be done by someone who knows the consortium and knows that we're connected to somebody else. We're not just a standalone
I'm sorry to
computer.
interrupt. I'm teaching a class this semester, so Wednesdays, I have to leave before 8 o'clock. I'm a little late. Today's my first class, so my apologies, but my regards to everyone. I'm teaching a graduate class in the Public Administration Department, governing New Jersey, management issues in your state. So I love that topic.
As soon as they figure out how to do it, I'm
I've taught it before, I love it.
Scary.
Okay.
So bad.
Or what not to do.
Yeah,
Like,
today
what not to do.
today's the first class, and I always start with a discussion about ethics.
Oh, boy. And the fact that nobody has any in the state
No, you
government.
well, either have it or you don't. It's not like, you know.
Okay, drive car.
Yeah, be careful.
Thanks.
so $75 an hour, but you're not sure if we're
Good luck, Joe.
going to
Thanks.
ever have him here.
Well, we're not going to use that.
Are you not?
We're not, but she just mentioned that it was
Only
available.
because
And
they
it's an
use-
available service, right, to
These
us?
guys, somebody suggested using him, and I looked into it, thinking that the town would pay for it,
Mhm.
but they said no. So we're not going to pay for somebody that doesn't know our system.
Right.
Oh.
It makes no sense.
Okay. Any other questions about Susan's director's report? Questions for Susan before we move on?
I have a question about
Yes.
the increase. How much? Do you know at this point how much would that amount be? The 2% increase.
You mean in
What would
the,
the
And the total be if we give the increase of 2%, what would the total be?
I have this that we made up. You want to look at it?
This is the last one, right?
No.
Like it got
That, yeah, the 2%
It is.
onto that.
It is the 2%.
Yeah.
So too.
So look at that
Absolutely.
last total on there.
If you look at the long spreadsheet, you'll see that total at the top. On the
Yeah,
right.
so add
Right.
2%.
Add 2% to that, and you
And
get
point-
the
yeah,
overall
one to
carriage
one or two.
for the year.
That's it.
6,000?
Just off the short, 6,000, 5.
And don't forget, the part-time is not written in stone.
Yeah, that's all.
Full-time is, so it's all.
Depending on their hours
Right.
fluctuating, so it's like an
Fluctuating.
hours.
Can I ask why it seems like 2013, the board at that time did not? Was it for
Well,
the
because we had some
specific reasons?
people on, well, I'm just saying that they just decided that they didn't want to give us the pay increase because, for whatever reason.
Okay, so nothing
Just
specific.
budget and such. All right. Any other questions
We can
for
ride
Susan's
the-
director's report? Okay, so we have no report of the superintendent of schools tonight, correct?
I know I'm called me, so.
Okay, and report of our liaison.
Okay, well, I'm
For
really
mayor and
happy.
council, and welcome, Charlene.
Thank you.
To the
Well, I can
trustees.
really say at this point is I'm really happy to be here, my first meeting. And I hope you all know I'm very supportive of the library, and I really want to see the library be the best it can be, and to work with the municipality, everybody working together toward that goal.
We are very happy to have you, Charlene
Yes,
Story.
very.
Thank you so much for your time and for being here with us.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Okay, we have any reports of officers and standing committees?
No, nothing yet.
Reports of special committees. Well, there is a committee work on the table. Dexter knows about this. Dexter and I had talked about it with Liz last year, about establishing a social media policy and getting that going. But since you all volunteered so nicely for the officer jobs, I think I'll make copies of that and present it at our next meeting to whoever is interested. But I would actually be there as president of the board of trustees on any of the committees that decide to meet too. So, and I have input that would help also. So I need 2 people to join me, and we'll just be thinking about that for next time. I could appoint perhaps those people next time we meet. Sound right? And Dexter, you already volunteered. I hope you still want to
Yeah.
help. Thank you. And I just need one other person, so I'm not looking anywhere. So that'll be next time.
job in one.
I'm gonna, what's interesting about it is, it's a protection for us in the library, for social media on Facebook or other social media sites, and gosh darn, I don't know all of them. Twitter and Tumblr, and I can't do the whole gamut, but there are many different ones. And sometimes the library does advertise their programs on Facebook, and and it's a good vehicle for advertising. But we need a policy in place, because I went to a conference last year, which is really interesting, and you might be interested in attending this year, for New Jersey Library Trustees. And there they talked about how important it was. There were just so many controversies in the state libraries being sued, and problems with use of social media, inappropriateness, and so forth and so on. So we need to establish a policy for our board to present. So I was asking for volunteers to help me do that. What I did was I gathered several policies from schools, libraries in New Jersey, kept it New Jersey based, so we can look at them together, and I would distribute them. Actually, I could do it tonight on the copy machine, give it to the people who are interested in joining that committee, and then next time actually appoint you if you think you'd like to do it, and I guess we can do that. And then I would, gather with you, we would get dates together and meet. And I could think we could do it in one meeting if I handed out the copies ahead of time.
That would be great, because we're not photographing the kids
Right.
now, we're putting them on the.
Right, and you gotta be careful.
On
Yeah,
Facebook
just wait a little
anymore.
bit, because
So,
just in case.
Until we get this policy.
It's
together.
important. It's a real important piece of legislation statewide. Okay, so I can give you copies if you'd like, and if you'd like, or anybody else would like to join, I don't know, but, see me about that later, okay? In fact, if Michelle's busy, can you have Michelle? Would she be ready to do this? Michelle, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Now, the thing is, we're gonna have a problem with checks. Because I'm
Okay.
the only one that's authorized to sign the checks, and Alice, and Elizabeth, and Jenny. So,
That wraps that up.
You have to get an authorization.
yes, and I have to go with the person, so it's always a big deal. So, who's our treasurer?
Some Jada.
And you work during the day, right?
I do. typically it could be from 7, I'm a teacher, so I work there. So it could be from 7 to 7. So it just depends on the day. If you tell me in advance, I would try as best as possible. Preferably sooner rather than later, because we're going to start getting ready for park, and it's going to be a lot of things with that. So sooner rather than later would be best for me. The first park is in March.
Do we have checks for payroll for this time? So that it's not a big,
I think we do, let me double check.
All right.
Because we were paid on the 16th, let me double check.
And I can come anytime you want me and go with you if you need me to go.
oh, that's true, that's right, okay.
If you need me.
All right, well, we do, we need extra people,
I
we
know, I'm
need
just saying
everybody
it
to be
because I
able
don't
to
think you
sign
thought about it,
checks,
so,
so.
yeah.
How many copies of this did you say you wanted?
Could you make me 4 of each one?
Sure.
Thanks.
All right, so,
All right.
okay, so I will email you, and we'll
Yes.
try and figure out a date.
Yes.
Because I know the Bank of America, the one that's right here, I have to be with the person. They won't just let the person go to the bank, so
Yes,
it makes
that's
it
right.
more
That's
difficult.
That's right.
How long does it take? Because I work in Roselle, so I can come over on my lunch
Oh,
break.
yeah.
So if
Oh,
it's
that's
something
so
where I
nice
just have
of
to
you.
drive in and present my ID and
I could even meet you in Roselle like that. Do they have a Bank of America?
Yes.
they do.
they do.
Yes,
Right
right
by
on
the
Chestnut
library,
Street.
right?
On Chestnut,
Yeah,
Right on Chestnut Street, right across from the
That's what
library.
happened.
I could even meet you there.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, as
That'd
soon
be
as possible,
perfect.
whenever.
Okay.
Okay. I'll check out with the bank, see exactly what we need,
Okay.
and then,
And then you call me and
I
let
will
me know
call.
when. you need
Yes.
me to go to.
Maybe that we can all go together.
Yes,
That would be
I think
perfect.
that'd be great. Do it all at the same time.
Terrific.
Thank you, Sanjay, for offering to do that. Okay, public portion of our meeting. Do we have any speakers for the public portion?
Jacob Magera, 6 Post, Sheridan Avenue, Roselle Park. We went out of order.
Sorry.
My public portion was supposed to be first. But anyway,
I'm sorry.
my question is on item 18, new business, with the election of officers. In that item 18 was the 2% salary increase for the employees of the library. Was not mentioned.
Yeah, we mentioned it.
It was mentioned. Didn't really get speak over here. I don't hear too good.
You need to sit closer here.
And you could raise your voice a little bit. Why, and of course this is an unfair question, why did the borough employees receive a 2% increase but not the library?
Well,
And
we
I
don't know
think-
that yet. We don't know that they're not going to agree to that.
The what?
It hasn't been voted on yet.
Who didn't vote on it?
Trustees didn't vote on it.
But last year, there wasn't no increase.
Now, last year, it took 10 months, and we got the increase. And it was all retroactive. It was the year before that that the board decided not to.
2 years.
2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. 2013, the board decided they weren't going to go along with it. But then last year was 1.75%, and this year is
Went
2%.
up with how much?
1.75%, and then this year is 2%. Until the new contract gets it, you know. and that's-
This doesn't include department heads, does it?
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody? I was just questioning the department heads. Okay, mayor and council haven't taken a pay increase in about 5 or 6 years.
No, but the department heads have gotten it. Department heads get it. No, we don't get it.
So, you know, just
But that's
a,
okay.
double standard. Thank you.
We're down to old business.
Saul Kiersden, 150 Berwyn Street.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
To respond to your question, Dexter, there actually was a reason. The mandatory funds that were to be given to the library decreased by about $25,000. It used to be $409,000. It went down to $386,000. And also at the same time, the health benefits there was an increase in health benefits, and they needed to be paid by the library. Before, they used to be paid by the municipality. So there was an actual budgetary issue as to why that didn't happen. It wasn't because they just didn't feel like it, unless I'm not correcting them.
I'd like to correct you, but I'm not going.
Okay. And you can also review the records. You can also review the video and the minutes. So those were the issues that were publicly stated, and that's why that year it wasn't given, but the following year it was. Thank you.
So will these issues come back up with the medical, with the benefits?
Well, you can see we pay now, we have to pay our
Right,
medical
it's
benefits,
been
which we didn't
stabilized.
pay before.
Right, it's been
It's all
stabilized.
been stabilized.
Right. So it's been for years now that that's been included, so that won't happen again, but I just wanted to
Okay.
give you the reason.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Anyone else for the public portion? Sorry.
That's right.
Anyone else speaking for the public portion? Okay.
Kimberly Powers, 29 East Clay Avenue. I just kind of want to say that when Liz resigned, and she said that a board member was not informed, that this was not the first time that this happened. Years ago, there was Marie Gordon who was on the board, and she also was not informed. And she had been sitting on this board and working for this library for many, many, many years. Many years. So it's certainly something going forward that somehow that should really be corrected. No matter who is involved, no matter what the feelings are for the person, no matter whatever it is, you know, people really should be notified.
Well,
of that.
my understanding on that is actually that there was, well, I won't get into it now, but there was a confusion over somebody supposed to be speaking to this person I don't know if it's appropriate for me to get into it there.
No, I was
But the
just-
ball was dropped, and the bottom line is the ball was dropped.
Right,
So,
okay.
But
Okay.
it was not out of any, personal thing toward this person. It was simply a matter of communication.
So can I just ask you to repeat name and address so I can...
Sure.
document?
Kimberly Powers, 29 East Clay.
East, perfect.
Mhm.
Could we? I don't understand. You're saying when someone resigned and
When Liz resigned,
I
now.
think you might have missed that
Right.
piece of it.
I don't think maybe I
Oh,
don't
oh,
know.
you
you were not
He
here.
wasn't here. He
You know
wasn't
what?
here.
He's not
We
here.
have to, you have to update
He- wait a
Sanjay
second.
because he just does not know what
He
happened.
came in late.
Right.
I'm going to give that...
Liz resigned.
Oh.
Okay, so he didn't
Ms.
know that.
Kirsten resigned
So that's
from
why
our
he's a
board.
little lost in
Oh.
this conversation.
So right. So
That's why
This-
they're looking for another,
She resigned.
somebody to take her place in the officers and so on.
secretary.
That was why,
Oh, okay.
because,
Because you resigned.
right.
Okay, so she won't be serving this 5-year term. Oh, okay. So that's interesting.
Okay. Do I have any other speakers for the public portion? Okay, can I see a motion here? A motion, please, to close the public portion of our meeting?
I make a motion.
Thank you. Do I hear a second? Thank you. All in favor? Yes. Opposed? Say no. Okay, thank you. Let's move on to the old business. Any old business? New business, election of officers. Do we need to swear people in tonight?
I think you're already sworn in as a trustee, so I don't think you have to do this as an officer. You never did before. Right?
I don't know if we did, one position change.
It's just swearing into the board. Just want to state that so everybody knows that. So if you're a former board member and you were sworn in originally on the board, you
Doesn't
don't
matter
need
what
to
you're-
be sworn in again as an officer. Your officer can change. All right, thanks. Thank you. Any other new business? Okay. Our next meeting date is February 18th. And now that I'm president, I'm wondering something. Can we set dates for the entire year?
Well, it's always the third Wednesday of the month.
Right. So what I'm thinking is, next time we meet, I'm just going to put out those dates on a piece of paper.
Are you going to do that? You want-
I will do that, actually, if you want, or
Yeah,
if someone
okay.
else could. But just to look at it so that we have no problem with people,
But it
because
will be-
sometimes unless you see it,
It will be the
yeah.
third Wednesday.
But it'll always be the third Wednesday of every month. Yes, of course.
I have a question. I understood that in the past, there was discussion brought up about new furniture. Where does that stand?
We're all waiting for our capital money.
Okay.
And I spoke,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, I spoke to Ken, and I asked him when we're gonna have to defend the budget and the capital budget. He said, he'll get back to me.
Yeah, the first budget meeting is, I believe it's February 11th. I'll just check my calendar so I'm not telling you the wrong date. Yes, it's the 11th, so the budget meetings will be coming after that.
And I wanna
So
make sure we're on the
we'll be
list.
called. Oh, yeah, we'll be on the list.
Where is it on the capital list? I mean, you have to prioritize, I know we talked about that before. But I couldn't remember what you had said about the furniture and where it appeared on the priority of items.
Just
If
as
you
I'm
would
sitting
just
here watching the split.
share, no, I know,
Oh, it's terrible.
share with us,
It's
please.
terrible. I made copies of it.
February 11th will be the budget meeting, Borough Hall,
Yes, upstairs in the conference room,
7 p.m.
6:30.
Open to the public?
Absolutely, always.
Yeah, I tried to make my daughter's birthday.
Oh,
How old was she?
Well,
18.
well, you don't.
Mom can't miss
You
that.
don't want to be there anywhere else, unless, of course, she's taking off on me.
right, here we
Hey,
go.
I'm 18, I'm out of here.
She's not.
Okay, Susan, what do you have there?
2015, we have the
I think
new
it's
computer
February 11th.
timing system, 15 new computers.
That's what it was, right?
A couple of new printers, new furniture, and silent alarm, which we're gonna do anyway without that.
So the new furniture's like number 4 on your capital list.
Well, for 2014, I just wrote them down.
I'm just asking,
Yeah.
where the priority is. Okay.
The first thing is the computer timing system and the computers. That's the most important thing. People are starting to complain. I see it on
Where,
forums.
does the library have any money left?
We have 1,400 in our capital account.
1,400. Somehow I had gotten the impression there was more money, so I've got to find out that.
In the capital?
Yeah, but the library had not, because what I was hearing was the library.
Oh,
had
well,
money.
they think we have a surplus, which is not a big, huge amount. That was been eaten away by things.
Usually you do fries.
My account. Yeah, so we have $1,470 capital. That's not gonna get us many computers.
No, I think they were looking at the surplus.
Where do you keep the money? Just in the checking account?
Michelle, where do we keep our money? In Michelle's house. She has a.
She has a big tree that lives
She
We have
takes
a
good care of
checking
it.
account and we have a dedicated fund account
They're thinking dedicated fund. That's what they're looking
for
for.
endowments, things like that. That's
Yeah,
on
but
the
You
receipts.
don't use money market account? Like you get interest on the money?
We go with the bank that the borough uses because we don't have to pay for checks, interest free, but there's no fees involved with
Most of the
it.
banks are like that.
Not with business, I don't think, but, yeah. It's the government banking through, Bank of America.
Bank of America.
Thank you.
All right, if there's nothing else, then I'd like to make a motion to adjourn our meeting tonight. Do I hear a second? Do I hear a first?
Second.
Okay.
Everybody always votes to adjourn.
All approved, say yes, please.
Yes.
Don't see no need.
No, not approval? Say no, please. Okay.
We have a check,
We are
right?
adjourned.